Welcome back to another episode of Snap-on Tools from the Ground Up. I'm JAROD DEANDA. Well, we started with this bare bones chassis that is a Factory 5 Challenge race car. We dropped in the engine, and now, today, we're gonna fire this thing up. Tony, here we are again. The engine's in. I see you're strapping on the intake manifold, which is not the factory Coyote intake manifold.
We got a little upgrade on this car. It is a race car, and the Coyote intake is very pretty. So we're gonna upgrade it to a Boss 302. It's got factory intake on it, so it's kind of bolt on, plug and play.
Looks good, and it's gonna perform even better. I also see you're utilizing the Flank Drive Extra, the FDX sockets, which I know has some features that you really enjoy.
What impresses me is the numbers. You can pull it off a lot easier than you ever would. You know, every guy out there has always got greasy hands. To try to actually yank a socket off an extension or ratchet, it's pretty much a nightmare.
There's the larger markings. And to be quite honest, this is the biggest evolution in socket technology for Snap-on in over 50 years. Grabbing the sidewall, not the corner. So it works great on new fasteners, but on older fasteners, rusted fasteners, rounded fasteners.
Right, I mean, it seems like a basic change, but I think utilizing it on a bolt that's old and rusty, I mean, that's where it's gonna excel.
You being a technician, you worked on a lot of old cars.
I'll tell you, I can't wait to take them home and try them back at the shop, because I mean, that's what we work on.
So what's next?
We're actually gonna start buttoning up the engine. We're gonna do electrical and start doing some plumbing. Get some fuel to this thing and hopefully get it fired up by the end of the day.
Let's keep it moving. Jim, looking at the voltmeter, but beyond that, seeing a really extensive variety pack of tools you would utilize.
That's right, it's a very complete kit. It has a test light in it. It has different probes. It has the mini probes that we can go into a plug from the back. And then it has either the spades or the bullet connectors. It has these double probes, and they're color-coded depending on the gauge of the wire. You can unplug your plug this into the male and the female terminal, and test it right there without having to have a third hand.
And this is basically all you need to really conquer and make sure that everything's running good.
It really is. For this job, everything we're going to need is right here in this pack.
Cool, and where would we go next?
We're going to test the battery cutoff switch there. It's got 4 terminals and they're not labeled, so we got to figure out which 2 we need. After that, we're in pretty good shape.
I got my parts. Are you ready? I'm ready to go.
Perfect timing, Joey. Put the wheel down.
Oh, we're not ready for that yet.
Put the wheel down.
Okay.
We're gonna put on the header. You're used to driving.
Working on it's a lot of fun too, you know.
Do you still find passion for getting your hands dirty and being a technician?
I do, but the problem is I don't have as much time as I used to these days.
That's true.
Something about this racing thing and family thing makes it pretty tough sometimes.
Right. You know how serious it is to have a good car. How serious is it for technicians to have good tools?
It's key, right? You're only as good as the tools you're working with. It's nice to have all the right parts and all the right tools to be able to be efficient. You want something to be so nice like this thing is. You gotta have the right tools to do that.
Joe, you got some tools around here. What's your favorite
tools?
What's your favorite Snap-on tool?
The hammer.
The hammer?
Hammer down, baby.
The race hammer?
Hammer down. You can't ever beat the hammer.
Yeah.
No, this bad boy right here. This is what I need after the race sometimes.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, not necessarily for my car either.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's for...
That's a man's tool.
If you don't win the trophy, you start...
yeah, I'll fix the car.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Hopefully we get some more help putting this thing together, and then eventually we'll see you at the racetrack.
Sounds like a plan.
Tyler, what's up, bud?
How's it going, man?
Good, good. Good to see you again, and you're one of the fabricators, and you know it takes a good mask, good gloves, and of course a great welder to do the job right.
Yeah, without a doubt. Since this is more of a dedicated track car, we're changing a couple things in the radiator mounting, so I'm working on a simple bracketry for that. So fabricated up a little bit of parts for it, and then we're burning it in with the Mk4
What separates the Mk4 model from the others?
This is nice because wide amperage range adjustment goes up to 200 amps, so you can burn into some pretty thick metal. Doing some thinner stuff right here at the table, and then some of the bracketry for this will get welded onto the chassis itself, which is 1/8 inch and then 3/16 inch steel on the chassis. So you need some good amperage to be able to really burn into it. Yeah, and the nice thing about this machine too is it's a dual process machine. There's one MIG gun that I can leave set up for steel, and there's one MIG gun that's a push-pull gun that runs aluminum. I love this because it cuts down on the amount of machines that you have around the car when you're working on it.
Yeah.
We got a lot of guys over there, so the more you can cut down on clutter around it, the smoother things go.
And also a notable fact is I can see the screen all the way from over here.
Yeah, it shows you a whole bunch of things. And this machine is nice because it's got a synergistic setup on it. So all I have to do is adjust one knob, and it's gonna set the amperage and the feed rate for me on its own.
This is a one-stop shop. You got 2 guns, double wire feeder, easily displayed, small, compact, roll it around so you're not in the way. Nice little piece of machinery.
Yeah, lots of versatility, so no excuses if I screw it up.
Tony, team, well, we've taken 2 days from this chassis. It looked great, and now it looks even better. You got the engine in, everything ran, but what did you do? Let's go through the checklist real quick.
I pretty much built the whole car, whole rolling chassis done. So a lot of guys actually buy these cars in this state. This is where they're gonna take it for their first drive, no body on it. This is a first time startup.
All right, without further ado, Jim, fire it up.
Nice. Hey, you were scared for a minute, weren't you?
Thanks for watching this episode of Snap-on Tools from the Ground Up. Be sure to like, share, and comment below on which Snap-on tool is at the top of your wish list.